and welcome to our webinar on investment opportunities and tasks. Before we start the main feature, please allow me to address 2 points. First, we will be making a recording of this webinar. The link to this recording will be shared with you after the webinar. Second, you are much welcome to post any questions at any time during the webinar on the Q&A section. We are happy to address these questions after the webinar. We will now introduce you on how digitization monetizes massive potentials for businesses related to tire handling. Let me tell you how excited we are about this webinar. A great thank you to all of you that you could make it possible to be here today with us. We, CST, are from a small town in the southern part of Germany, Waldshut, which we also like to call the home of automated tread depth measurement. We have over 17 years of experience in tires, tire diagnostics, tire production, and tire services. I'm very excited to take you on a journey in the next around 20 minutes to give you an overview on what we have been working on and what we will hopefully continue to work on with you. In our almost 17 years of work on automated tire diagnostics, we came across various problems and needs of our customers in the tire business and related businesses. Among many, we were able to identify various drivers for the need for digital tire services. In the B2B world, we want to digitize the entire workshop experience. We want to see if we leave the vehicle for its service, if somebody has taken care of the vehicle already. Is it being serviced? How far is the progress? Is it ready for pickup? Or have issues been found? Is the pickup delayed? A call for digitization. Businesses also want to know when is the best time to offer tires to customers. Is it now? Is it in a week? Or is it in a month? For this, we have to have a better understanding of the condition of the tire as we have it now. Today, measuring tires is not something you can do everywhere or have it done by everyone. First of all, we hardly have a gauge available at all times. And no, the edge of the famous coin just wouldn't cut it here. You want to try because you have to touch the tire and handle around the car. We also don't want to invest in hardware. If you have to spend €1,000 and more for a single-purpose handheld device that measures the tread depth only, you start to feel that you are doing something wrong. And with a stationary device where vehicles roll over, it's definitely not easier to handle this budget-wise. But what are we talking about here, volume-wise? You have 4 tires on your car. You definitely know that. You probably heard a figure from Germany where we have passed the 40 million registered vehicles. That makes already 160 million tires rolling through the country. And for entire Europe, we have an estimated volume of around 400 million tires sold per year, which gives an increasing share for companies with digital tire processes. We are convinced that a simple and quick condition check of tires will ensure that the number of tires in good condition on the road will increase, which in turn will increase road safety significantly. We digitize and automate the reading of treads and sidewalls, and thus make this process even simpler and more efficient. Our solution helps people in the tire business, like tire dealers, workshops, or tire services, to simplify and accelerate their tire check and sales processes. TAS allows reading of sidewall and tread within seconds. TAS is made to be used at any time, anywhere, by anyone. And TAS is a fully automatic digital documentation service. TAS also prevents transcription failures and manipulation of measured values. TAS is fast, affordable, precise, simple, digital, and error-free. The only thing TAS needs is your smartphone and not any additional investment in hardware. This leads to a reduction of costs and tire digitization, an increase in tire sales, more profit through more tires sold, and an efficient utilization of the tire tread. Manual reading. The costs are around 53 cents per capture of the sidewall and the tread depth. This includes the working time, the bringing of the vehicles, the trainings, the rereading due to reading failures, transcription failures, and last but not least, manipulation of measured values. With an estimate of around 3.5 billion tire readings per year, the financial impact of manual readings makes a net volume of around 1.86 billion euros. In contrast, TAS reading. The costs are around 17 cents per capture of the sidewall and the tread depth. Whereas TAS, this includes the working time only, because with TAS, the following will happen. Bringing of the vehicles is no longer necessary. Also no trainings. No rereading due to reading failures. No transcription failures. And very important, no manipulations of measured values. Overall, with manual reading costs of 53 cents and TAS readings at 17 cents and license fees of 18 cents, the customer savings amount to 18 cents per reading. With an estimate of around 3.5 billion tire readings per year, the financial impact of the TAS readings makes a net volume of around 600 million euros. The difference therefore splits into around 630 million euros in customer savings and into 630 million euros in license fees for CST. And that's how TAS works. Sidewall reading with a single scan of the tire sidewall. Tread reading in seconds with a scan of the tire tread. And all this with your mobile device. And of course, we will TAS to also work with truck tires. At the moment, we have 38 leads in several customer groups. 22 of these are tire dealers and dealers of passenger vehicles. 9 of these are OEM workshops, and 7 of them are leads in the tire service business. Our white label SDK can be easily integrated into any app. Invoicing is done per measurement. So from Amazon to eBay, from Continental to ADAC, from the German Traffic Safety Council to PTIs, from Toll Collect to Delticom, from Volkswagen to Tesla. Everyone can integrate TAS into their app. And since we market the solution worldwide as a software as a service, the recurring revenues will generate a permanent income for CST. The team behind CST has been working on automated tread depth measurement for around 17 years. Our achievements date back to the early years from around 2006 to 2009, where we brought the first high-speed systems into the world. Those systems diagnose tires on moving vehicles with speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour. Back then, our only job left was to assist local traffic police operating the system and watch them identify vehicles with inappropriate tires. We may consider these early days as the birthdays of the task vision. Back then, it was common to have a BlackBerry device in business. We used these a lot for photo documenting the tires, when all of a sudden an idea struck. Can't we just, with the pictures we just took, directly on the BlackBerry, not just document, but also measure the tires? Wouldn't that be a great product? And this idea never vanished from our heads. In 2012, as part of a major German workshop supplier, we developed a cost-effective system to be used in workshop and garage equipment like in lifts. In 2014, as a starting point for a long-lasting relationship with a major German automotive supplier, we founded CST with the aim to develop a super compact and standalone system for tire diagnostics in workshops. This was our first embedded solution and also a device for which we claim the term IoT device. In 2019, our adventurous journey around tires brought us directly into the production of tires, where we used the chance, together with a major German industry sensor manufacturer, to develop a system which measures the quality of the tire in the production process within sub-millimeter accuracy. Since 2020, we do work to revolutionize automated tread depth measurement by means of a nowadays very common, powerful and always connected device. A device we all carry with us, the mobile phone. Thus, after a significant initial investment of time and money, we are now proud to claim the ownership of the technological core, which measures the tread depth with a precision of 0.1 millimeter on a reference tire under defined environments from video data taken with a mobile phone. For our further steps, we are planning with an investment of 1.5 million euros in the third quarter of 2022. We will use this investment to intensify sales, to speed up the development of our technology, and to strengthen our organization. And if you want to see tasks for yourself or meet the people behind tasks in person, please feel free to come by at any time and experience tasks in action. Thank you very much for your attention. We will now turn to the questions that came up during the webinar. The next step is the combination of the tread reading solution and the sidewall reading solution into a combined product, like what we have announced already, to be available in summer 2022. So the first thing we will make available as another feature is the real-time user guidance, in order to make it even simpler to move the mobile device around the tire and the vehicle. Second, fast response of the reading, respectively the results, is of a high priority. It's the raising of funds to intensify sales, to speed up the development of our technology, after all, to make the time to market even shorter, and to strengthen the organization, which means to lay a foundation for growth. Cannot be too specific here about the details, but for a demonstration, just call us, write us an email or WhatsApp, everything's fine, and we can arrange to meet on the Tire Tech in Hannover, the Tire Cologne, or maybe even more impressive, visit us here in person, come to Waldshut. This one major point, there's no invest in hardware required. All it takes is a subscription license. We do offer, or CST offers, the white label SDK to be integrated into our customer's app, which gives the customer the opportunity to use the app for themselves or even sub-license the SDK to their customers, which in turn will generate a shared revenue with CST. We develop TAS for the two major platforms, Android and iOS. It needs a fairly recent device, and it will also work on tablets. So pricing was 5 euro cents per vehicle for 4 tire scans. The 5 cents is per tire. Well, we don't know how many ideas of that were before. We know of some approaches which had not been carried to success. For us, the key factor is the availability of the technology and the capability of the team to handle this technically very demanding task. We're basically backed up by our 17 years of working with tires, tire diagnostic, and that brings us a leading edge, and we will remain this leading edge as far as we see it for another longer period of time. Hunter is a stationary system where vehicles drive over. So you have to choose a place where you want to have this system installed. And then it's, as far as we know, doesn't reach the sidewall. And you have to make a decision, where you want to have the system placed. You cannot distribute it simply by expanding a license volume. And again, Hunter is based on investment. Like all stationary systems, you have to invest in hardware, you have to contract service to run the system, and so on and so on. Our TAS is a software solution that runs on a mobile device, basically a device which is already available to everyone. So no further invest, just a subscription. Again, we thank you very much. It was a pleasure presenting TAS to you. Goodbye.